pins are no match. All over the map these days. Oh.
Hi everyone, welcome back to JR Pro Shop Vids. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new Storm Parallax. So as you just saw, Jordan just finished drilling the ball. We have a ton of new technology in this thing. So we have a brand new cover stock and a brand new core. So the new core is the new Aeroflow. So if you take a look at it from the side, it's got a big gaping hole in the middle of it. So this actually increases the RG of the ball and gets it further down the lane before it makes its motion. So the new cover stock is the Traction X7. So why the X7? It contains additives from 7 of the most iconic Storm cover stocks in their history. Now I'm really excited to see this one go down the lane because so long story short, it has the durability of the Phase 2, it has the response to friction like a high road pearl, and it has the slow oil absorption much like Crux Prime or Gravity Evolve. So today we'll be comparing the Parallax versus the Omega Crux and the Halo Pearl. We feel that the Parallax will be somewhere between these two balls, not as much early friction like an Omega Crux, but not as clean and sharp as a Halo Pearl. So because we're taking a look at 3 really strong asymmetric balls, we thought it'd be better to put it on a long pattern to test out the different reactions. So today we'll be on 44 feet titanium. So let's send it out to Jung on the lanes and see how they roll.
Oh, Parallax. Google the name, you'll be confused. So kind of like a dual review here. We missed the Omega Crux when it came out. We'll dual this, the Parallax, and we'll throw a little Halo Pearl in there too. Whew. The ball goes really long, super hard in the back end. Do that one really well. Let's throw it again. Rolling on titanium here, 44 feet. So we got to keep the break point pretty tight. Wow, the ball finishes really nice. Super clean to the front. It's like it glides down there. Okay, let's throw the Omega. Same line. Good thing we don't have Nate here telling me I fouled every shot. Sharper in the wind.
You definitely fouled there, though.
Wow, I don't think that would have came off my hand any better. 4.9 there with the Omega. Same line. Same line as the Parallax with the Omega. So already it's a little bit earlier, and like a couple more boards of hook. Both these balls just drilled today. Halo Pearl's a little older. Okay, 2 left. Oh baby! Alright, so that was 2 left of the line I struck with the Parallax and Omega struck. So it starts up a little bit earlier, a little bit smoother, and hooks a little bit more. Okay, Parallax. Same line as the Omega just struck on. Definitely longer and sharper. Went through the pins pretty good there. So we got JR Pro Sharp color pins. Thanks again to Gus.
Thanks, Gus!
Gus set up pins. Lit up the backlight there for us. Looks sweet. Okay, Parallax. Same one. Missed a touch right. Left came up a little light. Left the 2-pin. About what's expected when you miss a little bit right. Alright, Omega. Same line. Ooh, I missed slightly right there again with the Omega this time. It came back and smoked the pocket. Definitely hooks a little bit more. Fresh oil here, so Omega definitely looks the best right now. Okay, let's do the Old Faithful Halo Pearl. Same line. That's what Old Faithful does, dead flush. So I would say the Halo Pearl, similar hook to the Omega in terms of strength, but it has the length and the sharpness of the Parallax. Okay. Oh baby. Alright, so did a review on the Trend 2 days ago against the IQ Emerald and the High Road Pearl. And today was the Parallax. And the Parallax reminds me of the Trend. So I'm gonna throw the Trend here on the same line. Super curious. Yeah, definitely hooks a few boards more. Got lucky there on strike. That's a wrap. Hey, how much you get paid here?
All right, Jungo, we threw you out there on 44 feet titanium. You struck a ton with all of these balls.
The long is my favorite.
What are your initial thoughts on the Parallax?
Really long and really strong down lane. Reminded me a lot of the Trend.
So the Trend turned the corner pretty hard. Did you see the same thing with the Parallax?
Yeah, I did for sure. Even on the long, on the fresh, this ball really got down the lane really easy. Like it was just gliding. And then once it hit the dry, it made a left turn.
So we also had like a dual purpose review. We were talking about the Omega Crux
Yep.
as well. This came out just before the COVID shutdown. We didn't really get a chance to review it.
Yeah.
Now you've had a chance to drill it and throw it. What are your thoughts on the Omega Crux?
Wow, this Omega is awesome. It really reminds me of the Crux Pearl a few years ago, if you can remember. Same colors, same sort of scent, same ball reaction. Sanded Pearl really starts up in the mid lane really well and goes through the pins pretty well on the fresh.
Yeah,
So-
looked incredible in the fresh.
Yeah, so long pattern, fresh. I'm bringing these three right here.
So the two new balls that we looked at today, how would you compare one against the other?
Omega Crux versus the Parallax. The Omega Crux is definitely earlier and a little bit rounder shape, a little bit smoother. And the Parallax goes really long and really makes a hard left turn. So definitely a great complement for one another. The Omega being a sanded pearl and the Parallax here being a polished hybrid. Really a great combo for a long pattern.
Now, we also compared it against another kind of longer, snappier ball in a Halo Pearl.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's a lot of overlap between these two?
Yeah, I really thought the Parallax would mirror the Halo Pearl in reaction just based on the core numbers and the surface prep. And they weren't too different, honestly. They look pretty similar going down the lane, similar turning the corner. Went through the pins pretty similarly. So if you have an old Halo Pearl, these are discontinued now, pick up a Parallax, it'll replace that, perfect.
All right, Jordan, so what type of player is best suited for a ball like the Parallax?
The Parallax, well, it gets down the lane really easy. It really feels like it glides down the oil. So guys with a little bit heavier ball roll, so that means a little bit up the back, and they have trouble getting the ball pushed down the lane before it hooks. This will really get down the lane really easy. Also for guys with a little bit slower ball speed, who need the ball to get down the lane, push a little bit further before it hooks, this is the ball for you too. I don't know, I can't stress enough how it just easily glides down there like skates on ice.
Yeah. So we bowled on 44 feet titanium, a longer pattern. All three of these balls look really good. Do you think it's only good for long, or can we use it on a wider variety of patterns?
I think on the long, near the fresh, this ball's gonna be really good. But also in medium patterns when lanes have burned up and you gotta move way left, this ball's really gonna glide down the oil and get down the lane pretty far and make a really hard left turn. Medium patterns, maybe even short patterns when the lanes are super burned up and you need that ball to really turn left. Parallax, baby. Parallax, baby!
Everything you're saying sounds really familiar. Kind of like what we said about the Trend.
That's true.
Yeah, I actually had to go fetch it for you so you could throw it against this one a little bit.
Yeah.
How did those two compare?
Well, while I was throwing this one, I was reminded about the Trend that we filmed a few days earlier. It just got down the lane really easy and really made a hard left turn. So I threw the Trend on the same line as the Parallax here because I was super curious. And the Trend went a little further and didn't hook as much. Parallax and Trend, same shape of hook, but the Parallax is a couple boards more.
That's just a combination of a little bit more cover stock and a little bigger engine.
Yeah, you can really see it when you throw them side by side. But in terms of reaction, they're very, very similar in terms of shape.
Since we're kind of doing a dual review, also including the Omega Crux, what do you feel the ideal condition for this ball is?
The ideal condition for Omega is long, for sure. Also maybe heavier medium patterns where the volume is a little bit more. This ball really starts up in the mid lane and it's got pretty good continuation. So if I'm going to a long pattern or a medium with lots of volume, I'm bringing the Omega for sure. This might be my new tank going forward, just because I love the way it rolls, love the way it smells.
I know you like your smelly balls.
Yeah, this is a great ball for the fresh. Again, being a sanded pearl, Storm seem to be making a couple more of those now. Gave me a little bit of air room on the titanium on the fresh, just because it started up so early, and a very controllable, smooth, continuous shape down lane. Long pattern going forward, bringing these two for sure for my tanks, just because they're new, fresh, great complement to one another.
So the last couple of videos we've been plotting the new ball on the ball graph that we talked about in a previous video.
Yep.
Let's start with the Omega Crux. Where does that fit on that graph?
So right now my tank on the graph is the UFO, right? So the Omega starts up a little bit later than the UFO, but it's definitely going to be a little bit more continuous down lane.
So we keep adding balls to the graph. It's getting pretty full. Is there still a spot for the Parallax?
Yeah, I believe so. So I already have the Halo Pearl on the graph. Parallax is going to go a little bit further down lane, one more notch, and one more notch on the sharpness. So compared to this one, pretty close.
So anything else you want to add with these two balls?
Yeah, normally I don't throw pearls or hybrids that often. Most of my bag is filled with solids, just because they are very snappy off the dry in the back end. But since this one comes a little bit sanded, it definitely gives me that earlier traction in the mid lane that really helps me on the longer patterns, and I'm gonna guess for heavier medium patterns as well. So that's awesome. I really love this ball. It reminds me of the Crux Pearl back in the day. I sanded that down too when I was back there. So if you love that ball, you're really gonna like this one. Parallax goes really long, makes a hard left turn. So great compliment to the Omega here. So if you're needing a refresh on your tanks for your longer patterns, heavier mediums, both of these or one of these is gonna be great. So one more final thought. If you have an old Halo Pearl here, can't really get these anymore, discontinued. Parallax, really similar. So if you love your Halo Pearl, I'd say get a Parallax too.
All right, thanks, Jungo. Big shout out to Gus for the blue pins he found in the back.
Awesome.
He found a couple boxes of new wood pins. I can hear you striking the restaurant. That's crazy.
Awesome.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. Check out our social media in the description.
Email us, message us on social media, whatever. If you got questions, we'll answer them.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for some of the new releases from Brunswick. Take care.
Yeah, finally Bark will be bowling.